Hi, it's Emily on Sailing Vessel Temptress. My husband Clark and I live aboard this antique boat, and we've done so for quite a few years. Today I'm going to share with you 3 things that I've bought and rebought and changed my mind on over the years, trying to find the right solution for our live aboard life in a hot climate. So I'm going to share these things with you, hoping it helps you make the right purchase the first time. The first item I want to talk to you about today is towels. When I moved aboard the boat in 2015, we just bought our regular towels from the house, and they were cozy and they were clean and they were fluffy and they were nice and they were cozy. But I soon learned that towels aboard a boat, anything aboard a boat, does not stay dry for very long, especially in a saltwater environment. Things are just perpetually a little bit damp. So we would wash the towels, put them in the closet, and take them out a couple of weeks later, and they'd have this musty smell to them. And not only that, they took up a lot of our very valuable room on the boat. So we soon downgraded to beach towels, which were thinner and smaller and a little bit easier to handle. We still had the same problem. We still had a little bit of mildew, a little bit of must, and they just weren't pleasant to do. But the nice thing about real towels is they absorb a lot of water. They take a long time to dry, but if you spill something or you need something mopped up real quick, they're the right solution. So the next thing we bought was not quite the right solution, but it solved a different problem. You can see how bulky a towel is. We switched to what are called Turkish towels. These are all cotton woven things. When you use these, you go from sort of an absorbing motion to more of a wiping motion when you're drying yourself off, which is a bit of a change. They're not quite as cozy, but they are thinner. They do dry faster. They're lighter weight. They take up less space, which was a nice thing. The thing I didn't like about these is that when I hung them to dry on the line, sometimes these ends got really ratty or tangled up in things. And again, they didn't quite dry super fast, so they did get mildewy and musty pretty darn quick. So years later, we did these. Years later after that, when we went on our camper trip, we invested in some microfiber towels. And these are where we're at right now. These are rain leaf microfiber towels, but there's a gajillion brands out there that sell these. They come in all kinds of different colors, all kinds of different sizes. But what's really nice about these, I like that these come in a little bag because it just makes them easier to store and throw around and throw in a bag. We started buying light colors of them, but they got mildewy, so we've gradually gone to the darker colors. But these dry really fast. I can take a shower, squeeze out my hair. As you can see, I've got a lot of hair, so it absorbs a lot of water. Hang it up, and a couple hours later, it's dry, and dry enough that Clark can then use it for his shower. So we've gone from big towels to beach towels to these Turkish towels to these towels, and this is sort of where we've landed. And what I like about these is they're thin, like the Turkish towels, but they dry quickly and they absorb a lot. So that's tip number 1 and product number 1 for you today. Is get yourself some microfiber towels. Item number 2, speaking of towels and laundry and mildew and must and all those things, is laundry containers. We've done a couple videos about laundry, which you can check out up here. We'll also put a link in the description about how we do laundry aboard our boat. Recently, living here in Loop Around in the DR, it's much cheaper and more cost-effective actually to go ashore and do our laundry. So we found ourselves needing to tote large amounts of fabric items around with us more often. One of the things that everybody has when they move aboard a sailboat for the first time is these wet bags. So these are very plasticky, rubbery bags that roll down and keep everything that's inside them very, very dry. They keep the water out. We use these for a while, but the bad thing about these, if you're going to use them as a laundry hamper and actually be putting your clothes and things into them as you go, it's waterproof from the outside, but it's waterproof from the inside too. So if you leave anything in here for any significant amount of time, you're going to get mold and mildew stains on it, which is not great. Over the years, we've switched to different duffel bags, backpacks, things like that. A company reached out to us earlier this year, about 6 months ago, and offered us one of these, which we didn't have high hope for. It was about 20 bucks and not very complex. It folds up real small, and we thought we'd give it a try. And we've actually been really pleased with this and used this for more than laundry since then. It came with multiple ways to attach to the wall. So it came with hooks and snaps and all kinds of things. We actually just hook it over a rack that we already have in there. And then it's got no zipper on top. We all know that zippers don't hold up on a boat, but it's just a simple drawstring, and you can toss your clothes in there. It's got enough airflow that it allows things to air out a little bit. If you permanently mount it on the wall, it does have a zipper. You can open it and let the things fall out into another basket. We don't really use the zipper. We just use it like this. But then the part that really impressed me, it's got a little pocket here if you want to carry around detergent or whatever you want for the laundromat. And it's a really significant backpack. It's got padded straps. They're adjustable. And I not only use this for laundry now, I use it to haul around my 5-gallon bucket full of musical instruments and things when I teach music. We used it today to pick up a bunch of packages from the store. And it's funny because I will wear this on my back and people say, oh, do you need help carrying that? It looks so big and bulky, but it's really comfortable to wear. So this would be my second hack for today, is this particular laundry bag. Again, using it for 6 months, there's been one tiny little failure here in the corner where this ripped out. We just stitched it up, and Clark actually contacted the company, and I think they're going to start reinforcing that to help with how sturdy it is. So I can't say enough good things about this for less than 20 bucks. Also, when you've got laundry in the dinghy, if you take it ashore to wash it and then you're coming back in your dinghy, it's going to get salt spray on it, and that's gonna make your clothes dirty. Why did you just wash them, right? So this has been enough to keep the moisture out when we're in the dinghy. So overall, this has been what I've found to be the best compromise between something that keeps water out, but also lets your clothing get some air in and air out. It's the first thing we found that you can carry laundry in, but also just use as a hamper and throw it in without having that mildew problem from the inside. Hack number 3, living in a hot climate and living aboard. We all love ice. Ice is a luxury. Ice, you're going into the marina and getting ice all the time if you don't have a freezer. Having an ice cold drink when it's hot, when you're working on your boat, is just a lifesaver. There are a lot of different ways to make ice on a boat. Some people have big fancy ice makers, and I gotta admit, there were a couple times that we really wanted to get one of those, but couldn't justify the space. There's a lot of different little ice cube trays that you can get that store vertically. We used to have a metal one that kind of came with the boat. We've had other ones that are 2 parts that kind of fit together like a clamshell to keep ice cubes in. And it did not matter what we tried. We always ended up with a big ice rink in the bottom of our freezer. We've known people who have just literally frozen bags of water and then they take an ice pick and a hammer to it when they need ice. And just a little bit too Stone Age for us. We really wanted to just have ice cubes so we can have iced coffee in the morning, so we can have a drink in the evening. What I found were these Italian ice cubes from IKEA, of all places. And you can get these online. I'll put a link in the description. I'll put a link to all these things in the description. But they're just made of silicone, and they have these cap. I think we got these in 2019, so they've lasted quite a while. You just fill them up to the fill line, pop these in the freezer, and whether you go sailing or you're jumbling things around or hunting for the bacon, whatever you got, they're gonna stay in place. What I really like about these is we use these Turvish tumblers to keep our things insulated and not sweat all over stuff, and the ice cube fits exactly into one of these containers. So it's the right size for an iced coffee in the morning or whatever you want to drink. You can also take it because it's flexible and just kind of hit it on the edge of the counter and break it into 2. It's just been the perfect little ice cube thing. I've recommended this to so many people, and it took us so long to find it, but it's great just having a few of these in the freezer. Dump out the ice cube, fill it up, put it right back in the freezer, and 6-8 hours later, you've got another ice cube that's the perfect size. No waste, no extra fuss, no water at the bottom of your freezer. So that'd be my 3rd tip for you today. I hope these hacks helped you out. If you have other hacks or things that you've bought or rebought or changed your mind on over the years, and now you think you have the perfect solution, please drop a link down in the description to help other liveaboards and people who are thinking about moving a boat buy the right thing the first time. As Clark likes to say, buy once, cry once, right? Buy it, maybe it's a little more expensive, maybe it's a little harder to find, but once you have that perfect thing, it's really nice to have it. So drop those links down in the comments, give this video a like if you like it, subscribe to our channel for more tips and tricks for living aboard, and we will talk to you next week.